Sometimes living in a studio apartment means being more intentional with the home decor you choose. In part 2 of my studio apartment decorating ideas, I wanted to share more tips. I will be focusing on my shelving system, my dining room area, as well as my bedroom. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you think would like it, and subscribe to my channel for more content on home decor. The first thing I wanted to discuss is my shelving system. I was very intuitive with the way I went around decorating it. There are some tips that I can share with you if you are looking to style yours. First, my shelving system is in my living room, and I use part of it for my home office. The other two parts are for everything that is in my living room, so my books, but also my vases, the boxes, and other home decor pieces. This shelving system is a DIY that I made myself. The first thing is choose a shelving system with a color that is contrasting for your walls. When I first received mine, it was a very light shade of wood, so I went ahead and stained it so I could get a darker and richer color. To style your shelf, you have to be strategic. For me, what worked really well was alternating between a shelf that was full and one that was very minimal. This way, when you look at my shelving system overall, it doesn't look too busy. If you're trying to organize your shelving system, then it might be worth decorating it around a couple of striking home decor pieces. They can be things that you've made or things that you've bought and love. Plus, they don't really have to be home decor pieces per se. For instance, on one of my shelves, the focus is my meditation bowl. Obviously, I used this bowl for meditation and I absolutely love it. But I also think that it looks beautiful, and I like how the gold is in contrast with the white box I put it on top of, and also the shelving system. I love having my bowl there because I see it as a reminder to stay mindful throughout the day. Next, when you think of what you're trying to highlight, decorating becomes way easier. I knew I wanted my first shelf to be built around books that I loved because they remind me of authors and painters and even moments that have a special place in my heart. I also knew that I wanted to highlight my Colette bag, so that's what I did. On the sides, I put my books. And in the middle, I placed my bag. On the shelf, where I have my meditation bowl, I went with a different technique. Here, I simply placed my meditation bowl on top of a white box, and on the other side, I have a tray with some of my treasures, meaning my jewelry box, a card made by a dear friend of mine, and oils that I bought from Resonance Apothecary on Etsy. The shelf is supposed to be a bit more minimal. A very simple way to draw the eye to one object is to take a couple of books. They can be magazines. If you stack them together, you can then choose to put whatever object on top of them. And this way, you have just created a focus on the object you wanted to. You can use this method to highlight an object in the middle of the shelf, as I have done. And then on the sides, you can still use the shelf for other things. I would recommend, if the books are lying horizontally, then to have things on the side that are vertical. To style your shelving system, as far as brands go, I can recommend looking into Taschen. This is the brand that originates a lot of the art books that I have and that I love. What I really enjoy about these books is that they have covers and you can take them off. This way, you kind of have two books. If you just want to use them on a shelf and want them to look discreet, then all you have to do is take the cover off. If you are looking to buy one, you can look down in the description. I have made a list of all of my buys for this video. I ended up buying one vase that I usually use for my flowers. If you have things that you want on your shelving system, but you don't necessarily want them to be on display, then you can invest in boxes or baskets. All of my boxes are actually from And Other Stories. It creates unity. You can put whatever you want in them without creating a visual mess. Next is my bedroom and my bed, more specifically. A bed is a great place to decorate, and depending on what you choose and how you decorate your bed, it really has an impact on your bedroom overall. The first thing to consider is how big the bed is, because depending on that, you're not going to use the same amount of anything. For instance, in my case, my bed is very big and demanded a good amount of pillow, so it wouldn't look empty and kind of weird. I recommend looking at Pinterest because you will be able to find different ways to organize your bed. I also really favor linen because I find it to be a very playful material that takes creases really well. You can take the time to consider what you want your bed to look like. And if you live in the United States, then you are in luck because you can look into a brand called Jungalow that sells very beautiful beddings that are perfect if your bedroom is minimal or if you like colors more. My final tip is about the dining room. So my dining room area is in my living room, and yet it is separated from everything else because I have chosen a specific color to create the ensemble. Decorating wise, I am usually pretty minimal. I like to use a vase with flowers. Depending on what type of dining room you have, you can add some texture. Here I am adding my blanket. Then there is the pampa grass that adds a different type of texture as well. If there is a trend that you really enjoy, but you may not want to invest a whole space on it, then what you can do is use it by touch. Here, my space, my dining room is pretty minimal and classic, but by adding this touch of rattan, I am making it a little more trendy. If you're looking to buy a dining room table or even chairs, then you can look into La Redoute. This is where I bought my chairs. And for the tables, don't hesitate to look at made.com. I know that I found a table that I was actually going to buy until I made my own DIY. Alright everyone, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed part 2. If you have any questions or if you would like to share any tips, then please let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you've enjoyed this content, you can like this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and share this video with anyone you think would like it. I wish you a wonderful day, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye!